Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane, Spawn, SheSpawn, and Cygor 2-pack. Now I believe this is an Amazon exclusive in the US. I got mine from Figurine for All. It's a Canadian-based website. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see, part of the Gold Label collection. A Gold Label figure is simply a retail exclusive. This one's an Amazon exclusive. McFarlane Toys, Spawn, SheSpawn, and Cygor. Not much else going on in the package. You can't see the figures, and I find that annoying, but they seem to do that at Amazon exclusives where it's not an actual, in-person store. One side got SheSpawn, the other side got Cygor. On the back, SheSpawn and Cygor. And at the bottom, a bunch of credits and their barcode, in case that helps anyone. So no further ado, let's open it up. Alright, now that these figures are out of the package, here they are with all their accessories laid out. Cygor comes with no accessories, SheSpawn comes with one accessory, the sniper rifle, and that is quite disappointing, as the original release of SheSpawn came with a ton of weapons, her whole private arsenal. No display stand, no collector's card, no nothing. In this video, we're going to take a look at each of the figures. We'll check out their lack of accessories, height, and articulation. Cygor here is a mega figure, SheSpawn here is a regular figure. Together, they make a pretty cool 2-pack. So, let's start off with Cygor. So this is Cygor. He's a gorilla, but he's enhanced with robot parts, hence Cygor. He's a cyborg, a Spawn villain, and a mega figure. This is the second version, and he has some purple armor, different paint scheme in the armor than the original release. So let's take a look. So this guy here, the sculpt is fantastic, but the articulation is rather limited. Head looks great. Look at that screaming mouth, the fangs, the teeth, the tongue. He's got fur, red eyes, sort of metal plate on top of his head. All kind of battle damage all over this guy. He's been through a lot. As you can see, we have that armor piece here. He has different stitching. They've done all kind of things. Gone inside, enhanced him, altered him. All the different sort of stitching. Kind of Frankenstein-ish. It looks like his left arm is completely replaced with a robotic arm. Both of his hands have the knuckles there, as a gorilla would walk. But it looks like a single jointed elbow, maybe a single jointed knee. The articulation, as I recall, is just very limited on this guy. He's a big, bulky figure, and that's the purpose. Big, strong, mega figure to fight Spawn, but not a super articulated guy. He does look good. Like I said, the sculpt is fantastic. All these different pieces. Nice attention to detail. Although the purple repaint, quite unnecessary. And a closer look at its face and head sculpt. Like I said, excellent sculpt on this figure. Excellent paint job. Just terrible articulation. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at the figure, he doesn't come with any accessories, so let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing at about 9.3 inches tall, which can translate to about 23.5 centimeters. Now for his articulation. Starting with his head, of course, it can sort of rotate from side to side, up and down, kind of turn. Shoulders on a ball joint goes out less than 90 degrees. Up, down, around. No bicep cut. Single jointed elbow, and my god, it only goes in the tiniest little bit. Yeah, it's got rotation, but look at that, that's pretty weak. His wrist can rotate, and it is hinged. Like I said, he's got those knuckles that gorillas walk on. His torso is one solid piece. He's got a ball joint in his waist. Rotate, forward and back. You get a lot there, but it has this giant, hideous gap if you have it all the way articulated. Legs completely go out. McFarlane style hip joints. They have rotation up and down. His knee, single jointed, goes in and out about that far. And then his ankle looks like it's one solid piece. Its articulation is really, really bad, but the figure itself looks really good. You can easily get this guy into a walking pose with his knuckles onto the ground, or standing upright like a human. Now let's check him out next to some other gorilla figures. here he is, next to the original version of Cygor. Beyond the obvious paint differences, it is 100% the same figure, same sculpt, and same articulation. So let's take a look. Starting with their heads, pretty similar. Paint job is a little bit different on the teeth. As we go further down, he has a sort of green on the back, where his is plain. The wounds are a lot more sort of red, very bright and vibrant. He's got the purple on his armor here. His is pure silver. The little tubes here, they're gold. I guess they're sort of copper on this guy. And near the bottom, his legs have that green sort of stripe, whereas his does not. I personally prefer the original one. It's just a more traditional, quote-unquote, realistic-looking paint job. And here he is, next to the patina variant of Cygor. This is a McFarlane Toy Store exclusive. So here are all three variations of McFarlane's Spawn Cygor Mega Figure. Regular, Amazon exclusive, and McFarlane Toy Store exclusive. Here's Cygor, next to 4 of NECA's recent King Kong releases. And here he is, next to a DC Direct Gorilla Grodd figure. Then, next to 4 McFarlane DC Multiverse Injustice 2 Gorilla Grodds. I got 3 of the Platinum Chase variant with silver armor to use as soldiers in Gorilla Grodd's army, and then the gold one as Gorilla Grodd himself. And now, next to McFarlane DC Multiverse Page Puncher Mega Figure Gorilla Grodd. Here's Cygor, next to a third-party unauthorized, unlicensed Mr. G Gorilla Grodd in a Black 8 prison outfit. Here are all the different gorillas in my action figure collection. I have quite a few, but there are a ton I don't have. A lot of cool ones out there. Mostly other Gorilla Grodd figures and King Kong figures. And here, next to a couple of NECA Gorilla Aliens. Now let's check them out. Next to some other McFarlane Spawn Mega figures. Here he is, next to Violator, both the regular and bloody variant. And here he is, next to Overt Kill. Then, next to the Mongo Spawn. And now, next to Omega Spawn. And now, next to Monolith. Here are all the different Spawn Mega figures they've made so far. The next one to come out is going to be King Spawn, although from the looks of things, he might be just a deluxe figure, not a mega figure. Now let's take a look at SheSpawn. It's basically a female version of Spawn, another Hell Spawn. Now, they released her before, and she was a deluxe figure set. Came with a crap ton of accessories. This one just comes with one gun, a sniper rifle. She should have come with a couple more guns. They should have come with display stands and more accessories. That being said, it's still a cool figure, but there's very little different about her. Start with her head here. The hair is a little much. I mean, look at that. Very nice sculpt, but covers up a lot of the face, makes her top heavy, and it hurts the articulation. Let's go further down. She has chains, signature Spawn type skull. She has that Spawn logo, more chains, bullets all over her, spikes, all that typical Spawn and Todd McFarlane type stuff. It looks like double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, so the articulation's on point, with the exception of the hair that does kind of really hurt her head articulation. And a closer look at her face and head sculpt. It looks good, at least the part you can see. The hair also looks good, but it's just way too much. Now let's check out her accessory, this large sniper rifle. McFarlane has a problem of sometimes making the accessories way too big, and this is no exception. The overall scale of this thing is just way too large. So it's black, paint job is good, it has sort of a metallic wash on top of there. It looks kind of dirty. It's got kind of a red wrap here, and then you can see the tip, the big fat barrel, very strong heavy sniper rifle. Now it's supposed to be a big, massive, intimidating gun, but they made it way bigger than it should have been. Here's the 2-pack version on the top, next to the single release on the bottom. Exact same gun, paint job very similar, just a little bit more of a metallic paint job on the top one. Here's SheSpawn, holding that rifle. It is crazy big and oversized. It gets the point across, very exaggerated. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at SheSpawn, now for her height. From bottom to the top of her hair, standing at about 7.3 inches tall, which can translate to 18.5 centimeters. Now for articulation. Starting with her head, you can rotate from side to side. You can sort of get the hair over there, but between the hair and the collar, it's very restricting. She can look up and down about that far. Can tilt her head from one side, but not the other because of the hair. Shoulders and a ball joint goes out 90 degrees, up, down, around. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows below that. And then her wrist can rotate and doesn't actually seem to be hinged. Oh, there it is, just kind of stuck. In her torso, ball joint, rotate around, forward and back. Another one in her waist, rotate around, forward and back. Between the two, very good range of motion in her torso area. Legs, complete to the splits, McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation is pretty much non-existent. Legs go forward that much, back not much at all. Double jointed knees, and then her ankle, forward and back, rotate, tilt, rock, and of course, toe articulation. Now let's check out this new 2-pack SheSpawn next to the original version. The original one has a darker red, and then the hair, in my opinion, is a better paint job. So, looking at their faces, the faces are a little bit different. The eyes are a brighter green on the old one. The mask is black with the white spawn, and then here it's red with the white spawn. The hair, the new one is a lot brighter orange. The older one has a better paint job. You can see it's not just one solid color like the new one. As we go further down, the jacket, it's a little bit different. Not too much, but the suit is black here, red here. Then has red on the outside, but the brighter red doesn't look as good. The darker red looks a little more sort of Spawn-esque. Then the spikes, silver or red. Here's a look at SheSpawn standing in the city streets. And here she is, sniping towards Sam and Twitch. You can see the couple detectives there at a murder scene. And then here's a look at Cygor running through the streets. Here's Cygor and SheSpawn together. And then here are the two of them taking on Spawn. Now let's check them out next to some other action figures, starting off with some of my favorite Spawn figures. Here they are, next to the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn, a fantastic Spawn release. This guy is part of why there's a Spawn line today. He sold so well, ushered in a huge demand for Spawn figures. And here they are, next to the Mortal Kombat 11 Shadow Spawn. I'd say it's a slight improvement over the previous Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn. Just depends what you're going for. There are some things each figure has done better than the other. Then, next to the McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman vs. Spawn 2-pack Spawn, I would say this is my favorite Spawn figure. And I want to give an honorable mention to the Throne Spawn. This one would be an awesome Spawn figure if he had a full cape. Now let's check them out next to some other recent Spawn releases. Here they are next to the Amazon exclusive Glow-in-the-Dark Redeemer. And here they are next to the newest Spawn wave. We have both versions of the Disruptor and the Reaper. Then, next to a couple of recent Spawn paint variants, we have the Entertainment Earth exclusive Sketch Spawn, and then the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Black and White Accent Spawn. Now let's check them out next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how they fit in both scale and style-wise, in case you don't know which lines you can mix them with. Since they're McFarlane toys, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work my way smaller. But first, let's check them out with some of their McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale. And now, next to some Jack Specific and DST or Diamond Select toys, and here, next to a big stack of corn tortillas. Here they are, next to some DC Direct and some NECA figures. Then, with some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures. And now, next to some Mezco and Mattel DC figures. Then, next to some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends. And finally, with some SH Arts and some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, it's a cool set, but honestly, they're both inferior paint variants. The purple on Cygor, the green, it's unnecessary. I think he looked better with all silver. And then SheSpawn, the sort of reversal on the red and black, it's pointless. The hair looks worse. And the accessories, my god, she comes with like 5 less weapons. And this set's not cheap. It would have been nice if they threw us a bone and included those weapons. Still, they look good. Cygor, no accessories, articulation, I mean, it's rough. They definitely would do a better job nowadays. SheSpawn. Her articulation's a little bit clunky in a couple of areas, but it's not too bad. The hair does negatively affect the figure quite a bit. If I had to rate this set, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. The originals are superior. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.